Hello? Is anyone here? Good morning, study buddy. I'm using a different mic right now, but tell me if the sounds any different. Hi, Vax. Good morning. Good morning, Fluff. Good morning, Seven. How are you all doing today? So this is gonna be different than our usual, what's the word? Represented by... Can you all tell how nervous I am? It's a little bit different when you have a game to bounce off of or some other outside stimulus to play up and against. But right now I'm relying on all of you somewhat on helping me out. And how are you all doing this morning, I should ask? Swellity. That's me, I suppose. I have a couple things I planned, if y'all would be interested in those. But ultimately, I think this, as a study hall for all of us, should be guided by everyone. You're doing okay, you're just waiting for lunch. Oh, if any of you have snacks under the table, feel free to bring them up on top side. We don't really care that much over that. I have memories of being in some kind of middle learning sort of situation. And during conclaves or during different study halls, people would sneak like cheese sandwiches or chips and such and sort of eat them out of their bag at their hip while everyone else did work. And if you want to be that, then I don't mind. It's odd that I have memories of those that probably wouldn't suffice or be able to be constructed in the college, but here we are anyway. I'm glad you're doing all right. Cheetos, or chips rather. Sorry, I can't really tell the difference. I haven't had much experience with any of them. But nice Doritos. Better now that you're around, Cell. Oh, Seven, you're so sweet. Gonna fight your internet connection. Oh dear. We might be wondering why I have this over here. Oh, 1 second. My tracking just went offline for some reason. Pardon me. Dorito dust. Y'all probably wondering why I have this to, why I have this to my, I guess it's to my left, or to my left to all of you. But I was thinking in lieu of video game or content, we might do a couple of tests on stream if you'd like. I think it'd be a fun way for you to get to know me a little bit better. Hello, Seven, I want to commit crimes. That's you all the time, though. I looked at it and failed. Failed the test, do you mean? You're funny. Sorry. I doubt it should be that... How do I say this? You can't really fail a personality test, I don't think. In case y'all were wondering which MBTI I am ESTP. Do you mind if I look into that real quick? I'm kind of curious. Because why not? ESTP. So you feel emotionally sensory, I think is the other word. ESTP7. The entrepreneur. Quite lively, huh? Sorry. So the entrepreneur is someone with an extroverted, observant thinking and prospecting personality traits. They tend to live energetic and action-oriented lives, deftly navigating whatever is in front of them. They love uncovering life's opportunities, whether socializing with others or in more personal pursuits. That's quite nice. The thing is, a lot of these are written insofar that they're flattering. Which I think, as far as a personality test goes, it has to be that way, right? Because otherwise, what kind of Sigma 7? I feel like people would want to go, oh, no, that's not me. I have to be clearly something else. I was thinking about doing any of these tests myself, maybe, so you can all get to know me a bit better. I also have a couple of homework things I could do in front of all of you. I could sort of walk you through my process, because I was thinking about doing... I'm gesticulating with a pen. The pen is not showing up, but you can see my hand with the pen. I was thinking about working on a bit of script writing for some YouTube shorts that I'll be writing up. I mean, I've seen some personality tests that aren't so nice. Oh, how so? I'm curious. If you have anything to throw at me, whether it be music or questions or anything, this is... We need a quill for my avatar. We really do. Because you can imagine in the empty space the pen I'm holding, right? I prefer a fountain pen to a quill personally. The action of dipping the pen tends to be a bit frustrating for me. I like the advent of ink cartridges that came in, I don't know, the mid-1800s? But like, it's those that, it has the specificity and like the sensation of writing with a quill pen, but in a sort of refined and sleek sort of space. Hi, Nix, how are you doing? Quotev? What's Quotev? Or Quote V, perhaps? I don't know, if you're being honest, the negative traits should reflect yourself too, you know? That's true, but let's think about pride for a second. Let's think about how people see themselves and how people have this narrative of who they are. Depending on who you are, but generally I think the normative idea is that you want to know the things that you're good at versus the things that you're bad at. Or you like to think of the ways that you are a unique and fantastic individual versus ways to sort of push yourself down. Hi, Fab. Good morning. I used to take yandere quizzes on Quotev all the time, measuring whether you're yandere or whether your friend is yandere. Quotev was an experience. It was a hellscape, man. I'm doing okay. I'm a little nervous with all of this. I'm not... I guess, like, it's even, like, one less. Thank you for the hydrate pot. 2 hydrates, even. But yes. I am... How's the music, by the way? I know it's a bit, like... it's a bit, bouncy. I wonder if anyone here is going to recognize it. I surely hope not. Also, all this music is not going to be audible in the VOD because I was planning on playing some copyright music or different things, and I want this VOD to stay up. It is not Persona. It is another game. Well, where was I on? See, I was so worried about not having anything to talk about. Oh, human self-perception and pride. Unless you are a certain group set of people who obsess over your own problems and negative traits, myself somewhat, you'll likely want to find affirmation in sources, whether it be your like compatriots or your peers, or it be your parents if you have those, or even these quizzes and tests. All these are ways that we retain and gain means to talk to ourselves, you know, like, and lift ourselves up. What sells personality out of the 16? I haven't taken it yet. Should we take it, everyone? Music from there? I'm confused. What is that? It was start out. I'm not sure if you intended that or it does. Honey Pop! No, it's not Honey Pop. Oh. No, it's from a visual novel. It's one of the pieces that actually made me think about writing. So my heart began to race for a second. Mindless, how could you? No, cells so pure, don't. Love you all too. So should we go into taking this test, I guess? How about we take one? I also have the Enneagram, which is my favorite test. My favorite personality test. Nick's Cell is a well-mannered monster. Don't fall for their tricks. Oh, I'm quite flattered that you can see that capacity of me, Pop. I don't see myself as a monster. The 16 personalities test? Of course, I'll put it in chat. My preferred test is, personally, is the Enneagram. And I'll show that to you all later, but let's do the 16 personalities right now. So, the free personality test. Let me switch to another track in this playlist. A little bit of, not bossa nova. Bossa nova has much more of a rhythm to it, but it's like rolling jazz, maybe? I don't know. Cell is an angel. So is Lucifer. You're a 6 to 7. 7. I see. Let's see what mine is in a bit. But that's really cool. Thank you so much from Fab. Let's go. Okay. So, free personality test. Complete the test. Be yourself and answer honestly to your personality type. View detailed results. Learn how your personality type influences many areas of your life. Unlock your potential. Grow into the person you want to be with your with the optional premium profile. Yeah, that's how they make money, because they lure you in with your results, and then they tell you all these different ways that you can capitalize on those. But let's just take the test properly. You regularly make new friends. Do I? I'd like to think that I do, but DLC. It is test DLC, Fluff. You got it exactly right. That's why the test results are always positive, says Vax. Do I make new friends often? If I'm being perfectly honest, I can count the friends I have at the college on one hand. And even then, many of these friendships are built on, what's the word? On sort of transactional relationships, where they're my mentor or they're a person who's in like my group. So I'll put in like a soft agree, like a middle agree. Are we your friends? You're my study buddies. I love having you all here and bouncing up. The music just stopped so abruptly. You all are here too. You all are my treasured followers. Do you have many friends outside the college? I can think of a couple, yeah. You being one of them. You spend a lot of your free time exploring random topics that pique your interest. Absolutely agree. I mean, it's the duty of a student, right? To just keep your mind open and keep looking at different things. It's like integral to it's integral to us in our growth to constantly be looking into new sources and such. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Are you all taking this test with me? I know that the questions will be jumbled up, but I'd love to see your answers at the end, or your test results at the end as well. So you can all take a stock of what kind of Meyer-Briggs is in my chat. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. It really depends on what I'm speed running. It really depends on what the crying's from, I think. If I talk through all these, we're going to be here forever. Seeing other people cry can easily make you want to cry too. I feel like I'm a softer agree than the previous, because the reasons I cry are a little bit like different to why other people cry. Well, I don't mean to make myself out as some kind of like special individual, but as far as I know, my empathetically resonant things that hit me tend to be things that are very like cute and small, and like these very heartfelt moments, but not primarily out of sadness. I don't think I cry from sadness often. I more scream. Tears of joy, huh? Cell like suffering confirmed. Pot, you're so convinced that I'm evil. So I must go like become like Sonic the Hedgehog. Go fast and consume a chili dog. I already have the blue on me. You have to make a backup plan for the backup plan. I'm gonna... Do I? I suppose I do. But I don't. So the thing is, I feel as though flexibility is very important when it comes to approaching any kind of task. And making more plans aside from the first, instead of amending the first towards the problems that happen. Hello, Geekyology, how are you doing? It's good to see you this morning. We're taking the Myers-Briggs test. The suspenders are evil, though. That's true. We did take a stock in characters, and as it turns out, suspenders do have a high correlative effect with being evil. Suspenders are cute, not evil. Show it the data points, Pot. Fun. I'm doing okay. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. I like to think that I do. But this is all self-perception, right? I feel like if someone took this test for me, I might get a different result. Excuse me, I'm still a little sick, everyone. I hope that's okay with all of you. Villainous suspenders. They literally have sus in the word. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I'm gonna put like a hard middle there. Because I do try to interact and not network per se, but it's very valuable to try to interact with people who you haven't like interacted with yet. But at the same time, after an initial like cursory trial period, I'll go into primarily the people I already know. Snake is right. Cell must be evil. Oh no, Cell is not evil to their allies. We did go through like 10 characters with suspenders, and they're at least morally questionable, or do not care about others' suffering. You prefer to completely finish a project before starting another. I'd prefer to, but I don't. You're very sentimental. I don't think I am. I'm trying to think of anything I've kept for longer than a year. Or anything I could remember even that I've kept for longer than a year. I'm really curious at what this is going to throw back at me, because I feel like I'm not going to agree with these at all. I'm going to be so wishy-washy. We did go through like 10 oh, we already read that. I don't think I'm sentimental. Because let me look up sentimental. See, this is a problem with me. I really like knowing what I'm agreeing to or what I'm talking about. So the tangents that are going to be here. We're going to go into the 2-hour mark, and we're going to be still taking this test. Prompted by feelings of tenderness, sadness, and nostalgia. See, I was thinking of nostalgic and tender, emotional and dewy-eyed. See, that changes things. Because I think then definitely I am sentimental. I definitely feel like to the fullest extent even. I feel like I have a lot of care. Excuse me. Sentimental means you have feelings for stuff. Yes, well, that's true. I thought of it as sentimental for like objects, but I feel like I have a lot of thoughts about people, things I miss. If it's nostalgic, then I think sentimental is a lot better of a term, or a lot more descriptive a term. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I think a lot of these answers I might be taking might surprise all of you. Dark Elf Angel, hello there. How are you? I hope you're enjoying yourself this morning. We're taking some personality quizzes, or the Myers-Briggs, and lagging on it. Alaric, getting tired? Of course, take a good rest. I'm doing fine, I'm glad to hear it. The 16 personalities, as all personality tests, is a flawed concept. People are more complex than 16 personality molds, that people in the same category can be absolute saints or bastards. I agree with that, but I'll get to why I wanted to do a personality test like this at the end of the test, which maybe I might as well do it now. Let me finish this page real quick. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. It's a very large degree. I think my security in what I know is very little. You should do the objectively superior D&D alignment test. Arguably, I think that's more useless. It's all data. Personality tests are fun, but not gospel. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone and if you find interesting and striking conversation. I'm gonna give myself a little thumbs up for this, because I was very proud of myself when this one time I saw an individual, just absolutely gorgeous and stunning. I'm going to not describe them because I feel like, well, first of all, it's their own business, but I was like, you're really cool. You look like the kind of person I could be friends with. Can we be friends? And that sounds like a weird thing to do, but like, doing that made me really happy. And like, I think I talked to them for like 2 weeks and then it didn't work out. But then I stood up and did that. I'm going to switch back to the other song because I think the other one was more flowed into itself a bit better. But being able to get the courage to interact with someone and take that chance, even if it didn't follow through, I know that I'm setting myself up for more victory, for more success, for knowing people who are interesting, who I'd like to be friends with, by stepping up and talking to people every day, or attempting to. The reason it's so small is that the reason it's so small is because I don't do it often. But when I'm compelled to, talk to someone, it has to happen, because I'll just regret not doing it. I think I tested INFP the last time. What's that one? I know I just closed this page, but INFP. The mediator, poetic, kind, altruistic, always eager to help a good cause. I took it and I hate my result. Oh, Archivist, do you know how perfect of YouTube clickbait title that is? That is an excellent title. I took my test and I hated the result. Click in to know more. HR uses this shenanigans. Oh, it's impossible for me to approach people. It's scary. It can be scary, but fear. How to say this? Sorry. Fear. I don't even have big words for this. 2 of my axes were very close to the center. Oh. So you're a person contradiction then. Just about makes sense. It's easier to approach people if they're immobilized and can't recognize your face. Try immobilizing someone with duct tape. And I'm not going to read the rest of that pot. I feel like if I read that, you'd just loop me in further to your previously captured idea of me, of this scheming and evil person. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Hard to disagree. I love talking things to death. I'm the person in class who desperately wants homework. Oh dang, they're onto me. I see, so walking up to them with my Yu-Gi-Oh deck and demanding a duel. Perhaps. I think I have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck somewhere in the college. Somewhere in my dormitory. But, I don't know where it is right now. but I'd love to run through it with all of you at some point. But I'm going to go back to something that Pot said, saying that personality tests are a flawed concept because the birth, B-E-R-T-H, the grand expanse of human experience is so broad that it can't be held onto 16 or so different like punchy titles. But here at the College of Celestial Causality, where I go to school, where I learn about life and learn about the world and learn about ultimately what stories are, the complexity is not useful for a writer, if that makes sense. When you're a writer, trying to display everything in the very real, like human grounded, felt experience that it is can be very good for surrealist fiction, but not necessarily for realistic fiction or for fantasy fiction even. And this is because life does not have life in and of itself does not have these clean archetypes or ideas or narratives that flow through them, but they're chaos. They're chaos that we write a story within. So if we're to emulate that chaos, we end up writing something that is further from reality than if we try to make things up, if that makes sense. And this is why personality tests are so interesting to me, because where we have archetypes for characters, shorthand even, so I say, oh, the hero, the big guy, the smart guy, the rival or opposite, we have ways to understand things, and from then we can create a story, a meaningful story from these large paint strokes. And this is why personality tests are important to me, and which is why I'm bringing them up, is because it allows me to break things down a little bit more. I think a good step is to with complex plots is to introduce the complexity piece by piece. But then again, if you're doing that, you're already simplifying it. You're already putting them into these archetypes and blocks and pieces. Which is why I say that like starting off from these pieces and expanding from them is much more meaningful to me as a writer or as a creative. WTF are abstract philosophical questions like what is a man? It's a reference. I know this. A useless pile of questions, a mist of lies. What is a man? Let's get Castlevania. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. But enough talk, have at you. Secrets, yeah. The best and most underrated trope ever is the gentleman thief. It's been done a lot. It's a good trope, but I wouldn't say it's underrated. We have Lupin. We have Lupin again in Persona. But anyway, let's continue forward with some of the other personality questions. But enough talk, have at you. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Disagree. I'd like to think I'd follow through with logic, but I don't think anyone really follows through with that sort of strict one-to-one thought process. I've only watched the one 3D animated movie, unfortunately, not to disappoint you, mindless, but I did watch it, and it was a very wonderful experience. Hands you a chicken, behold a man. A featherless biped. I love you all. I love this chat. You usually preferred... sorry. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment, rather than planning a particular daily routine. I like having plots. I like having agendas to do, but I rarely follow through with them. It's odd. A lot of my academic life is centered around setting up the best means for success for myself, and then sort of scrambling at the end anyways. it is not done a lot. Arsène Lupin is from the 1890. Lupin from the anime is 1980, and Persona 5 is 2016. And they're all inspired by Arsène Lupin. Oh, I see. I just wake up and do things. I think that's a valid way to do things, Vax. I think to be here moment to moment, have your feet grounded is very nice. You rarely worry about whether or not you've left a good impression on the people you meet. I rarely worry. I disagree. If rarely and worry are close to each other, I feel like I ought to click disagree. You enjoy participating in group activities. Soft yes. I enjoy participating in group activities, but I find that if I'm not in a place of I find that if there are people who are more powerful than me or more in terms of personality, I kind of lag behind. We need more stylish, undetectable people in cool suits using illusions for stealing stuff while doing dramatic entries and exits. Wait. Tuxedo mask counts as that, doesn't it? Also, in this day and age, being undetectable, that's not necessarily conducive with a cool suit, is it? You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation for the ending. I do enjoy these. Well, I'll put it down a little bit more because I do like the satisfaction of having a concrete ending. But I think that books like that, open-ended ones, or movies or stories, they can be so, what's the word? They can be evocative because they force you to engage with the text on its own terms, versus more so than if it already gives you an answer, because I feel like if you make the answer, you have more stake in it than the answer being the case. You can't just say, oh, I didn't like the ending of this show because this, and this, and this. Well, yeah. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I'll disagree there. I do like helping people. But at the college, we have a lot of focus on performance, our performance. So it's incredibly important for us to do well and measure ourselves, even in group projects, to know that we're the person that we're helping the most in terms of our academics and in terms of our performance is ourselves. And I know this might seem a little bit cutthroat to all of you, but I assure you that you can observe this kind of behavior in your own world too. You're interested in so many things, it's difficult to choose what to try next. I will agree to that. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worst. Agree. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. I'll do a middle for that, because leadership allows you to demonstrate some of your better qualities. To be a leader means that people are counting on you and to show people your qualifications for a certain position or role. But because of that, it can be equally damning if you perform poorly in that. So I'll do a middle for that. Yeah, they're a good example. The Phantom Thief from Metabots also. But they're so far in between, and side characters that if I wanted a cool policial drama, a game of cat and mouse, misdirection and flamboyance, stealing for the sport and not a single drop of blood or violence just to flex on common thugs. INFJ. Let me look at this real quick. Oh, you're the advocate. Quiet and mystical, yet very inspiring and a tireless idealist. That sounds like you, Fab, from what I know of you. To that pot, I'd argue that Carmen Sandiego also counts as a Phantom Thief somewhat. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. I'll agree a little bit to that. Actually, I'll disagree. I think I'm an artistic person without the skills to back it up. I'd like to think I'm artistic in the way I perceive things and interact with things. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. I'm not gonna, no comment. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I feel like I'm outing myself. I feel like I have such a manicured self in front of all of you. And this is just destroying all of that. Love Carmen Sandiego. I love the dissonance of being a faceless trickster who simultaneously wants to have all eyes on them. I'd like to go into this trope in a bit later, I guess, but I'll tab it. Let's see TV tropes. We'll have this in our corner. You prefer doing chores before allowing yourself to relax. I prefer to get something done before I relax. But I often relax a little bit more. You enjoy watching people argue. I enjoy watching people debate, not argue. It can be interesting to see what people have in terms of like ideas and thoughts and such. I feel like my results are going to be so skewed. They're not going to be good at all. Turns out Cell actually doesn't own a pair of suspenders that actually paint on. Actually, I do own these. Like, they used to be painted on an earlier model, but now they're actual 3D objects. Isn't that exciting? The plot thickens. What's the difference between an argument and a debate? I'd say that a debate is without. I'd say that the debate is about the topics. Personally, I'd say the debate is about a dialectic between two different ideas against each other, and seeing if there's anything in between, and like sort of seeing how they interface. Versus an argument, which is ultimately about winning. An argument is about proving something in succession to something else, where a debate is the synthesis between two items or ideas. I hate 60 personalities for how skewed and lacking basis it is. Oh. I need to finish this thing. How many pages do I have, actually? You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I'm a VTuber. I can't in good conscience agree to that. Your mood can change very quickly. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Yes. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. That's some of the moments where you have your greatest work. It's 16 pages of questions. I'm on page 3, aren't I? There's a progress bar at the top. Oh, at the bottom. Oh, I'm halfway through. It's not too bad. I've been fascinated at the question of what, if anything, happens after death. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I do. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Definitely not. I love when conversations get just to the minutia. And I'll pull back. I was just razzing on you. I was shocked, Pot. I was so terrified. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are different than yours. I like to think that I do. To know one's experience and to empathize with it is part of storytelling. And I like to think that I'm a good player at that respect. Because people never go into things thinking that they're the villain. Or if they do so because they've been, not indoctrinated, but they've grown this mindset over time that the actions that they're doing are morally wrong but are just or must be done. Or they have a low opinion of themselves. So you have to see why they do the things they do, because people aren't doing things to ruin your day. Generally. The death question, I did a large agree, a high agree. Usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. I do, but I don't like to do it. You rarely second guess choices you made. There's no point in it. But I do. See, this is the problem. For a lot of these, I have ideas that I am sure of, like I know are objectively correct, or I think to be the most optimal, but I also don't do them. So a lot of these is just, I know I don't. I know I shouldn't, but yes. After a long, exhausting week, a lively social event is just what I need. Just a little agree. You enjoy going to art museums. I've enjoyed it the couple of times I've gone. We're mostly restrained to books where I am. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I don't like to think that I don't. I think I could tell somewhat if I'm really trying to get into another person's head. I have a to-do list for each day. I have a to-do list for weeks, and they're rarely felt. You rarely feel insecure. You avoid making phone calls. A little bit. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from my own. I'll do a little yes. In your social circle, you're often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. I don't think I am. I guess in virtue of the few friends I do have, I will do that. But I think I'm much more, I much more enjoy when people build things around me. Hi, Lilac. How are you doing? We're taking the Myers-Briggs test on stream. After this, I'm going to go to the restroom really quick, I think. But let's finish the 16 personalities first. It's been a lot of critiques of it in chat as well. Your plans are interrupted. Your top priority is to get them back on track as soon as possible. I think that when a plan is interrupted and is unsalvageable, it's best to figure out new things or good things. Congratulations on eating breakfast. I had to be dragged into social stuff by my friends. I'm glad to see you go to the stuff that you do, though, Fab. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. I'll disagree. It's not a priority. You are still bothered by the mistakes that you made a long time ago. Oh no. Sorry. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. I'll put it at agree only because I feel like I know what it is. So I don't put much thought into things that I know already. Unless something has come up to challenge them. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I'd agree. I can't think of people who don't have that. Those of you who are able to properly perform stoicism, to be able to be somebody on the outside and somebody on the inside, I admire you somewhat. I wish I had that skill. But yeah, I really haven't heard all that good so much as bad from the Myers-Briggs. Well, I have another one that I enjoy much more, which is the Enneagram, which I might do later. I guess it depends on the professional or I guess it depends on the personal or professional setting. I suppose it does, Pot. Some of these questions just seem to be an anxiety test. I think so, because here's the thing about anxiety. Anxiety is as much brain chemicals as it is temperament, I like to think. Our brains are built to identify threats. And when you have anxiety, it's the presence of the threat identifying space outside of there being a threat. So I guess if in this test it would go on to see how you perceive the world in that respect, in that sort of a casing in space. It's called acting, Archivist says. You take great care to not make people look bad, even though it's completely their fault. I'd agree with that. Well, no, I don't stay awake until 5 in the morning thinking about the thing I said 10 years ago. Don't judge me. Very good. I'm extremely pragmatic and objective when it comes to work stuff. But in life, let people live the person. But a life, but in life. I'm sorry, Pot. I can't read that. Please rephrase it because I'd love to understand. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized, consistent bursts. I'd agree with that. Consistency is something that I had to work really hard on to perform, and even still, there were a lot of things telling me not to stream this morning. But I ended up streaming it anyways, and I think I'm enjoying myself. I think I'm loving being here with all of you right now. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. You know what, Geekyology? I think you're right. I think I'm getting some anxiety tests from this. Or testing anxiety? Let's do a medium agree. There is that state. Oh, isn't that our expression? Isn't there an expression? Live and let live. Oh, live and let live. I see. But a live and let live person for your own life. I see. I'm so sorry. Glad you're enjoying so. Thank you. You would love a job that requires you to work alone for most of your time. I disagree with that. Sometimes it's the people you work with that makes the job worth going to. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. I hard disagree. I love philosophical questions. I love talking into that stuff. You feel more drawn to spaces with busy, bustling atmospheres and quiet, intimate places. Do I? No, I don't like noise. I don't think I do. It's okay, English is confusing. English is confusing as a person who speaks it mostly. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. I disagree. I'd like to, but I don't. It takes a bit of probing to do. You often feel overwhelmed. You complete things methodically without skipping any steps. You are often very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Not necessarily. The things that I like may be controversial at times, but I don't actively seek to be a contrarian. You'd pass a good opportunity you'd pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed more. Hard disagree. In the college, it's all about taking opportunities as fast as possible, or as well as possible. That meteoric rise is something integral to the environment, the learning environment there. So definitely, I'd try to keep that to myself. My coworkers were often the main thing keeping me working at the coffee shop for as long as I was. That's very true. Sometimes it's the people you work with that makes the job not worth going to. Oop. I suppose that's also true, Lilac. Oh, when people leave, we want to leave with them. That also makes sense, Lilac. The things I like are often controversial. Celerity, war criminal, extraordinaire dust. I don't think I've committed any war crimes. I don't have any memory of it. You struggle with deadlines. You hate the college's environment? Is that it, Archivist? You struggle with deadlines. I agree somewhat. I should be doing my end of the month report on what I've learned in college, but I'm not doing that. I'm streaming for all of you. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I like to think so. You did commit patricide multiple times, but that's one person. The campaigner. Let's see how many of these are in the middle, because I was not very specific. After this, I want you, all of you who've already taken it, send your results in again, and I want to peek through them, especially the controversial ones from Archivist's side. Patricide is not a war crime. Setting people on fire is. What if you do that through? That's odd. The Geneva Conventions are so strange. The campaigner. An extroverted mind that's intuitive and feeling while prospecting. But I have a very turbulent personality. No thanks. Campaigners are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. But even though they can be the life of the party, campaigners don't care about having a good time, or don't just care about having a good time. These personalities types run deep, as does their longing for meaningful and emotional connections with other people. I feel like anyone could be that, though. Oh, we have a very similar personality. You have INFP. So instead of being extroverted, you're introverted in comparison to me. So let me see. ENFP, INFP. So lilac is a person although they might seem quiet and unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives, creative and imaginative. They happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their minds. These personalities are known for their sensitivity. Mediators have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. I think it's been a year since your last result, though. If it's turbulent, you might want to do it again. INFJ. Yours is INFJ, Fab. Let me see that real quick. Oh, the advocate, right. Advocates may be the rarest personality type of all, but they certainly leave their mark in the world. Idealistic and principled. They aren't content to coast through life. They want to stand up and make a difference. For advocate personalities, success does not come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment and helping others and being a force of good in the world. That's quite noble. I feel like mine seems so basic in comparison. The magic of everyday life, seeking joy. I don't know. I feel like what's the word? I feel like not the sentimental, but I feel like the advocate. It reminds me of this one post you made on Twitter about what mark you wanted to leave. I think that was very admirable to you. I'm going to go to the restroom really quick. See about filling my water bottle for a second, and then we'll talk about strengths and weaknesses. Let me find a be right back real quick. Text. Be back in a second. Let's have that color. Excuse me. Let's have it a dark brown. I'm headed to work. Bye everyone. Take care, Kikiology. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciated having you here. Okay, let's make this grow in size. Oh, that's not necessarily. I can make that a bit brighter. See ya, Geek. Have a good day at work. Can we have an outline? Let's have a black outline, perhaps. There you go. I will be right back, everyone. I'm sorry, what was this about misbehaving? Hello everyone, I'm back. Bites? Bites who? Let's go into the strengths and weaknesses of this and see if I agree with them. Thank you for the welcome back, everyone. I am back. Seeking joy. Campaigner personalities are capable of intense thought and feeling, and also of kicking back and having a good time. Oh. Robert Downey Jr. is one. Do I have something familiar? Excuse me. Do I have something in common with with Robert Downey Jr.? Enjoy your food, Pot. Everyone. Bites everyone. Oh dear. Will Smith. This is so accurate. This is great. Holy moly. These don't feel like they're written. These don't feel like they're written by people. Can I comment? I can log in and leave a comment. Okay. Not gonna do that though. Curious, perceptive, enthusiastic, excellent communicators, festive, good-natured. One second. Sorry about that for a second. Oh, you should try a character test. What kind of character test? Oh, heck yeah, take my email webpage. I hate this test, LMAO. So, I don't know, would you all agree with these for me? Curious, perceptive, enthusiastic, excellent communicators, festive, good-natured. What Ghibli character am I? I could try that. Where would I find it though? I actually am not familiar with the works of Ghibli myself, so I'm not sure how much that would be resonant to me. Weaknesses: people-pleasing, unfocused, disorganized, overly accommodating, overly optimistic, restless. Okay, so what was this again? This is ENTFP. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind because, at least superficially, it's a lot of things on the nose. I'm not familiar with a lot of Earth media, unfortunately, Lilac. So it can be a bit rough for me trying to catch up on certain things, but I know that they're classics. I think I've watched Ponyo, if that is one. I've watched Ponyo, and that's about it. I should watch more though. Can I test something really quick? Ponyo is the very first one you've ever watched. Ponyo is good. Oh, I'm glad that it's not a controversial statement, I suppose. Super nostalgic for me. Romantic relationships. It's hard to overstate just how much campaigners care about love. This is a passionate, warm, open-hearted personality type, one that brims with hopes and success, ideas. Oh, this is for romance. I didn't realize. Oh, okay. So what kind of romantic am I? How do I engage in the romantic space? Ponyo is good. The Cat Returns is good. Porco Rosso was my watch on repeat movie as a child. My family watched that a lot. Oh, that's so sweet. I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I should definitely watch one of these. Watch them one of these days. Fanning the flames. When campaigners are interested in people, they rarely hold back. People with this personality type tend to fall in love easily and fall hard. Campaigners shower their new flame with affection, trusting that devotion and passion they feel are real. They're undaunted by the practical challenges and inconveniences of a new partnership. This might be why they don't shy away from long-distance relationships, where in their minds physical distance is no match for the true power of love, rather than focusing on potential issues. Oh. Cherished ideals. Campaigner approach their relationships with the highest of ideals. They long to know and unconditionally accept everything but their partner, just as long as the person... They long to know and unconditionally accept everything about their partner, just as long as that... Just as they long for that person to know unconditionally and accept them in return. With all this exercise, all in approach to love, campaigners may feel energized by exciting, unpredictable stages of early courtship rather than doing established relationships. After all, long-term relationships require two people to not only enjoy each other's company, but also to navigate practical matters together, such as chores, budgeting, or family obligations. That's so sweet, Pot. Your dad went out of his way to find the VHS for it. Those were hard to find in Those were hard to find in Brazil in the mid-90s. That's really sweet. You're still INFP. That's good. Well, that's good to hear. I guess you're less turbulent than you think you are. Oh, what is that? I don't know Japanese, Dark Elf. Would you mind telling me what that is? I'm curious. We're not above using Google at the college. What? Are you okay? Elf, I hope everything's going all right. All my good energy. Sorry. Where were we? Oh. And let's just go into friendships. Oh, there's a lot of things for this. Career paths, maybe. Canon curator. Wealth ideas, interests, and hobbies, to the extent that they may struggle to fit everything they care about into their lives. Conclusion. Let's just go conclusion now. Few personality types are as creative and charismatic as campaigners, known for their idealism and enthusiasm. These personalities excel at dealing with unexpected challenges and brightening the lives of those around them. I hope I can be that to all of you. You're all right. It was a typo. Oh, I see. I copied and pasted it. I don't know how I could have gotten it wrong, but I suppose I must have at some point or another. All right. What soup am I? I love my my typewriter. It's so heavy. What soup are you? Is this the content that we want? Is this the content that we desire? What soup am I? All right. Good energy nonetheless, Angel. Or Elf. Or Dark. Sorry, Elf, rather. Pick your favorite comfort food. So which of these have I actually eaten? Fried chicken, cornbread, mac and cheese, stew, chicken pot pie, casserole, meatloaf, pizza, and chocolate. Of these, Sorry for the pops. I keep muting myself because I'm coughing. I think of these I prefer chocolate of them all, but mac and cheese comes in a close second. I wish I could have more food, but I rarely get the chance. Instead of I want to eat healthy this week, I translated to I want to die. Really? Is that... Okay, this is a joke. This is a joke. I've eaten chicken pot pie. It's actually pretty nice, isn't it? Mac and cheese, my beloved. Pick an item of cold weather clothing. Beanie, poncho. Overcoat, gloves, scarf, mittens, boots, rain boots, long underwear. How do you think I'd look in a beanie? Gotta go, have a great stream. Thank you for the Snickers, Father. I'll see you later. Beanie, cold weather. Is a poncho cold weather? Beanie. Gloves, it has to be, right? Second. I wonder how well. Okay, let's still track my hands. Sometimes I take my gloves off when I stream so that my hand tracking can track them better, but that's them. Choose a cold beverage: iced coffee, smoothie, milkshake, sangria, tomato juice, iced tea, lemonade, soda, chocolate milk. Is there no cold water here? Iced coffee. Pick a movie to watch tonight. We are only allowed coffee here in the college, so as in terms of what's the word? In terms of performance enhancing items, coffee is the only thing we're allowed to. So if I had to pick, it'd be that. Kill a villager? What does kill a villager mean? Why all sweet drinks? North Americans? I don't know. I think I would have gone water if not for coffee. I'm sort of rusty on Japanese, but I'm glad I still have it on a slight extent. Lilac, would you mind teaching me a little bit? Or would you mind helping me out with my pronunciation? Because there's some Japanese words I want to learn. Okay, choose a movie. Saving Private Ryan, Titanic, When Harry Met Sally, most of these I haven't watched, Home Alone, Mulan, Die Hard, Amelie, 13 Going on 30, The Bridget Jones Diary. Mindless personalities, let's hear them. We'll find out what soup I am first, and then we'll go back to that. Amelie, maybe? I think I need to watch Amelie, because I hear it's very whimsical. The only of these I've watched are Home Alone and Mulan. Eat your vegetables. あなたの野菜を食べます。Currently doing that at the moment. I hope you're enjoying the quiz then. Let's go for Amelie maybe. Warm weather is good for going for a walk, hitting the beach, sleeping, hanging out on the patio, walking the dog, hiking, partying, gardening, swimming. I think of these, sleeping is the best. Choose a pizza. White clam. White clam? That sounds so decadent. A pronunciation is super easy besides two sounds which are less intuitive for native English speakers. Otherwise, once you know the basics, the phonetics are always consistent, which I love. Well, fair enough. White clam, pepperoni, sausage, cheese, margarita, veggie, ham and pineapple, barbecue chicken, deep dish. I'll go with the ham and pineapple. Choose a vacation destination. Paris, Milan, Lisbon. Oh, all places on Earth. Mexico City, Johannesburg, Shanghai, New York, and Tokyo. I think I'd like to go to Paris again someday. Pineapple pizza. For you particularly. I like pineapple pizza. Thank you for the pineapple on pizza, Fluffus. Currently watching my friend take a 10-minute nap on a table in a loud, brightly lit room, and I'm in awe. It's a skill. French onion soup. Because you're fancy, but also pretty cheesy. Is this content? One second. Is this content? Is this content? I don't know. French onion soup is good. Top tier content cell. Thank you, Pot. I'm just like, that felt so, what's the word? Everyone has a kind of soup that matches their personality. Is that so? A lot of these feel just so, you won the quiz, that's the best answer. French onion soup has cheese? I don't think so. It might. Anything can be content if you try hard enough. Underwhelming? Underwhelming, yes, I think. I just don't know what I was supposed to accomplish. So most of the time quizzes are tests of aptitude, right? Reason I learned a bit of Japanese is to talk to a Japanese friend of mine. Oh, that's so cute. That's so sweet. That's a wonderful reason to learn any language, to be able to communicate with a person you care about. Let's go for more quizzes then. Why not? This is all a bit overwhelming for me. Wait, are these all quizzes? Wait. Are these quizzes? Wait. Build a multi-million-dollar home and we'll reveal what dessert describes. What? I don't get it. I don't. What? Build a multi-million-dollar home and we'll reveal what dessert describes you to a T. It's empty entertainment, I suppose. I'm so shocked. Meant to farm clicks. Which house appeals to me the most? Oh, the modern one is pretty nice. But I also like this imperial mansion. I think to shake things up, I go with the modern one. What kitchen do I prefer? Oh, this feels so rustic with the, look at that sink. What living room do you love? If someone were to build this house, I apologize for so many clashing ideas and concepts. All these are very clean. Which bedroom would I like to sleep in? A lot of these are pretty similar. Hello, damn Doka. It's good to see you. How is the rest of that dungeon? How is the rest of that Dead by Daylight stream, out of curiosity? Lurk, gonna go with some stream preparations. Enjoy yourself, Lilac. I hope you enjoy your stream. It went great, thank you. For those of you who don't know, we had the Dead by Daylight collaboration with everyone. And this individual pulled out a sneaky terror radius-less character and proceeded to swiftly do all of us in. So, and when we realized that they were streaming too, we all came in. We all charged in. Sorry, BuzzFeed be like, tell us what your opinions were on these civil cases, and we'll guess what your ideal. Oh, I guess that's a thing. They get you to click and show you ads with the illusion of The BuzzFeed quizzes get you to click and show you ads for the illusion of having learned something about yourself. What anime character are you? We need a what anime character are you? I could try for that. I saw all of your POVs and I cried. I was not on my best that game, I'm being perfectly honest. If I remember correctly, it was the Myers game. But there was this moment where I was just so confused. You're miso soup. Oh, not in lieu, but in tandem with your idea of learning Japanese to interact with your Japanese friend. That's quite nice. Yeah, Scratch Myers. That was so good. I love that. I love that build. What bathroom would you like to bathe in? I actually like showers much more than baths, personally. What would your backyard look like? I like the wilderness here. Choose a bonus room, a closet, a ballroom, a home theater, a sauna, a library. Excellent. If not a library, then an office. But yeah, I'm a little sick right now, so I'm a little bit scratchy. not so different from your mirror. But I hope you're doing well. Head's a little full. One sec. Let me organize my thoughts for like a brief second. I hope you had a great time. I don't like to shower anywhere but my home. I suppose the shower is a very not solid place, but a very personal space for a lot of people. To go into a public shower, I think first intruders, secondly, what people think of you, like how people would like perceive you going in there. I think I've already said something like that, but more so, who knows who's been there before and what you can get. What dining room would I like? I like this very clean one. And finally, where would you want to live? In a gated community, in the city, in the country, in the suburbs, in the forest, somewhere with a view. The end cracked me up. I didn't mean to say that, Ndoka. We were trying to figure out who to raid next, and he has pronouns, so he's valid. I'm kind of embarrassed that I said that. It's a bit madcap to have said that, but it was so funny. I'm glad it was. Oh dear. I think in a city I'd like to live in. I'm an ice cream sandwich. You are an ice cream sandwich. You are all about having fun and living in the moment. You love going on adventures and trying new things. So what have we learned about me? So we've learned that my Myers-Briggs in this stream is ENFP. Let me write this down in my little notebook. We've learned that I am ENFP. We've learned that I'm a French onion soup. And we've learned that I'm an ice cream sandwich. All right. So that's that. Do I take more of these? No, it was great, Doka. It was an absolute pleasure watching you afterwards because you were quite, I don't know, you have a good energy about you. It was greatly appreciated. Though I will amend something. It is celerity. You said celebrity the entire time I was there. I was like, oh no! Well, thanks. You do as well. I'm glad to hear it. Honestly, I'd love to do Kill Your Friends sometime. A Dead by Daylight in-house. I think it'd be fun. I didn't even notice. My bad. It's alright. Celerity. Have you found your results, mindless? Feel free to take these tests with me, by the way. I'm just on BuzzFeed quizzes right now. But if you wanted to tell me, what anime main character am I? Right. Let's see. Oh, this is also from BuzzFeed. I'm gonna not know a lot of these characters. Would you rather eat chocolate? These all feel really specific all of a sudden. Want me to post? Is this the one? What main character from an anime? I got it. How can you be both a French onion soup and ice cream sandwich? Celerity keeps lying to us. Wake up, sheeple. All of you are so convinced that I'm anything but good-natured, and I'm not gonna like lead credence one way or another, but I just find it interesting. I'm doing the same. Nice. What would you rather eat? Chocolate, katsudon, chicken gong bao noodles with homemade gong bao sauce. Rice, ramen curry, teriyaki chicken burgers, kelp rice balls, apples, and meat. I really like meat. I love meat. Meat's very good. Especially rare meat is very delicious. What's the best color? Do you ever find... Thank you for the head pats, mindless. Oh, I think you were censored because it was a link. Take care, Pot. Do you ever find yourself looking for the best answer? Not like the answer that matches you. Ramen me. Oh, you like ramen instead. Fair enough. What is the best color? Black, white, orange, dark red, silver, light green, gray, blue, red, and green. Is there yellow here? They really don't have yellow. Oh. I guess in lieu of yellow, I'll go with blue. Oh, it is for for your results. Just type it in chat, and I think we'll be able to figure out who's who. The best color isn't present. Purple is missing. See, these aren't made for us, Doka. They're not made for people who have such complex taste. They're made they're made for quick clicks and all that such. ENFP, the campaigner, are we the same? Mindless, you and I are the same in terms of being the campaigner. Sad face indeed. We are the exact same, at least in terms of archetype, Mindless. Which skill would you want? Being extra stretchy, using a big sword, being the smartest, strong punches, being the strongest, ninjutsu, water style, fire fists, outsmarting people, or double swords? Outsmarting people I think is more important than being the smartest. To be able to work around people or be able to work around a situation is incredibly important to just everyday life. What type of hair would you like to have? I see, we are the same, huh? I guess so. Spiked down in brown, tussled in green, spiked up in yellow, flat with a spiky top, a spiky bottom in the back, flat and dark, wavy and tan, spiked up black with green tips, spiked up in black. These are all characters already, aren't they? See, this is the problem, that they're all already characters. I wonder if my hand tracking just catching me like playing around with this pen as I think things through. I guess flat and tussled and green, actually. It's close enough to my hair. A degen, I mean lovely person. Well, here's the thing. The thing about archetypes and personalities is that there's so much variance within them. They paint in broad swaths or broad swatches. But you can have an Ice Queen archetype from one game or story or movie, and be completely different in another one. Or an energetic best friend. They could be different. They'll have a lot of similar things, but they'll be vastly different depending. I thought you were throwing up gang signs. No, Vax, that wasn't what I was doing. Hey, Sal, what if you took the extended Zodiac on stream? That requires a birthday, right? Archivist, I don't remember my birthday. How am I supposed to do that? Extended Zodiac. Oh, no, you're talking about Homestuck. Okay, that's definitely next. That's definitely next. Where would you rather live? In a dorm? I already live there. In a town? In a game? In a pirate ship? In a house? In an apartment? In a school? In an island? Always on the move or in a village? Around people I care about. I suppose in a dorm, then. What's the best move? Gomu Gomu no Cannonball. System Control. Bankai. Water Style First Form. Rock. Just... Wait. I'm trying to throw. It's not working. Oh no, my partner tells me a lot about Homestuck. A notebook, smarts, chakra, one for all, and key. I'll go with the notebook. Why not? Best quote. I'd rather die than let someone die. I'd rather die than let someone that I... I'd rather die with someone than let that person die before my eyes. I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am the protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth. I am allied to good. Nightmare to you. I am sane, sent from Earth to defeat you. The legendary warrior with a pure heart, awakened by rage, Son Goku, the Super Saiyan. A hero's job is to risk his life to make his lip service a reality. I am righteous. I'm a hero who's liberating people from fear. I'm a savior who is going to be like a god in this perfect new world. Oh dear. That's just Goku. System Control is from SAO, I think. System Control. If I become stronger, does that mean I'll become as cold-hearted as you are? He threw his life away, and for what? For you and your dream? That's a good quote. I like that quote. I have no context to it. System Control is from SAO, I think. What is that? Vax? I don't understand. Please elaborate. That's just Goku. It is just Goku, that one. Go on living. No matter how many people you may lose, you have no choice but to go on living. Never back down from challenges just because it's not easy doesn't mean you should give up. All in one from My Hero Academia. My stream is a little bit behind. Refresh last question. Oh, System Control is from... I see. System Control, like sysadmin, is from SAO. That makes sense, actually. All in one is from My Hero Academia. I know some of these. I'm glad I know some of these. In the College of Celestial Causality, our connection to Earth programming is a bit thin, so I'm glad whenever I have every small victory. From Demon Slayer. I'm not familiar with Demon Slayer. I don't want to conquer anything. It's just that the person with the most freedom of the sea is the Pirate King. Oh, that's cute. That's from One Piece, isn't it? If the world outside is void of hope, and if despair is contagious, then I'll have to infect everyone with my hope, living in despair. If you want to get to know someone, find out what makes them angry. That's a good quote. That's a very good quote. Wow. A hero's job is to risk his life. Oh, there you go. If you want to get to know someone, find out what makes them angry. I think it's either that or go on living. Because this is just really good. It's a really good writing. Immediately you get a sense for the kind of person that is. They're analytical, they can be lighthearted, but like a person who says something like that is a student of the human mind, of character, while also being so well spoken that they don't have to do this whole thing to say it. So I think it's a very succinct quote. It's a good quote, but best quote. I'll just go for the best quote then. I think that's a great quote. If you could change your eye color, what would it be? Blue, hazel, gray, brown, black, black with a light brown, bright brown, dark red, green, anything dark or blackish. I like my eyes as they are. Maybe a gray. Okay, I'll leave this to all of you. For those of you who know me right now, what is your personality? Stubborn, cheerful, energetic, overprotective, humble, gentle, rude, athletic, greedy, fearless. Do any of these strike you as me? You can give an emotional, powerful monologue, but it'll never be as memorable as a biting quip. I would definitely agree. It's those specific words that are just those. It's memorable. The beginning, middle, and end. Very specific parts of those can be super memorable, but the thought of just saying something off the cuff and it being, yeah, short quippy lines are very powerful. Humble. Humble it is then. We'll go with humble. What is your favorite anime? Oh, that's cheating, isn't it? It's gonna give me whatever is from one of those. My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, Danganronpa, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, Naruto, Sword Art Online, Demon Slayer, One Piece, Bleach. Would I get any flack if I picked Sword Art Online? Would people be upset with me if I picked that? Hi, Doomington. How are you doing? Because, okay, so it's not my favorite. I actually don't know if any of these are my favorite. My favorite anime is actually Toradora, but it's not here because it needs to be an anime protagonist. I have a friend who unironically loves SAO, and I judge him constantly for it. I have thoughts on SAO. I'm not going to go into them. But how are you, Doomington? We're taking quizzes. We're trying to figure out what kind of anime protagonist I am. Death Note's... I don't know about Death Note. My favorite anime is like top 3, Toradora, Code Geass, or on High School Host Club. I guess I'll go with My Hero. Of these, I think I like My Hero the most. Okay, I'm gonna read what Vax said before we unpack this can of worms. Had to look up my favorite quote. Vax had to look up their favorite anime quote, which is, "What do you do when there is an evil you cannot defeat by just means? Do you stain your hands with evil to defeat the evil? Or do you remain steadfastly just and righteous, even if it means surrendering to evil?" Vax, that's the villain's paradox from Code Geass. Oh, kindred spirits right there. I love Code Geass very much. It's so cheesy and dramatic and good. I got light. Oh my gosh, you are sus. What do you mean I'm sus? Okay, you're quiet and smart and you often overthink things, but you can be a quick thinker under pressure. You have a strong sense for justice and remain humble at all times. What? I suppose. Okay, so what were the choices? What were the options? If I got Light Yagami. Okay. Can I show you all some music from the Can I show you all some music from the College of Celestial Causality? This isn't... What's the word? This is going to be... I'm going to be playing the album Sonderlust. Also, just a heads up, the VOD's not going to have any music because I was planning on playing copyrighted music, and it turns out I just didn't for the first hour. But if you're confused as to why there's no audio when you're looking back, it's because it's because I turned off the VOD music. In any case, I'm going to be playing the album Sonderlust by Kishibashi. This is the closest approximation I can have from music that's been released on your Earth to music that's been played in the college. But anyway, let me go back to this real quick. There is, if you open up the settings, it's become Cell Teaches Streamlabs or OBS. There are stream tracks. The first one will be for the live stream And the other ones will be for, what's the word? The first one is for the stream and for recordings that you do with the program, but number 2 will be for the Twitch VOD itself, and they record to different channels. I'd say that brief description is accurate of me. For Light, Light is a megalomaniac who imposes their godlike powers to outthink and destroy their enemies. So I don't know how to feel about that. How's the music, by the way? How's the audio? Do you think you could teach me how to set it up earlier? I could, but at the same time, I prefer not to turn off the second channel for the VOD, because generally what it means is that the VOD is just silent, aside from my voice for that part. But it does help so that you don't have any copyright music in your VOD. All right, so let's go with the extended zodiac. For those of you who don't know what Homestuck is, Homestuck is early 2000s, or sorry, mid 2000s work of American webcomic literature created by Andrew Hussey, in which it follows a coming of age story for four children all across the world, figuring how to grow up. But instead of being in the grounded stakes of a school or an assignment or such, it is in the stakes of becoming gods, ascending to godhood. It also goes into what godhood means, what it means to have that power, and what it means to grow up and cast aside these things. Enjoy your stream. Enjoy yourself, Mindless. I hope you have fun. You got Kirito. Congratulations, Vax. I'm glad you got Kirito. I guess what would you all have wanted if you were an anime protagonist? But yeah, so we're gonna be seeing what my zodiac sign is. It's spot on. You're a full-time gamer. You meet new friends when gaming, and you do whatever it takes to meet your goals. Oh, you're a gamer, Vax. I guess that makes sense. All right, let's begin this quiz. Let's begin this test. I'll send it in chat if you all would like to follow through with me. Let's begin. First, select my sign class. The extended zodiac expands on the meaning of the traditional zodiac sign. By determining your true sign, you must first pick your birth sign, according to the traditional zodiac. Or you can pick the sign that you most closely identify with. These are the signs that you've heard of, like Aries, Taurus, etc. But in the extended zodiac, these signs refer to an entire category of signs. I'd say Pisces. I don't know why I get strong feelings for that. Just pick my favorite if I want. Fair enough. The fuchsia sign class. The fuchsia signs are enigmatic and imaginative, with a distinct tendency towards getting stuck in their heads. Deeply sensitive, they swing between bursts of wild creativity and deep depression, holding themselves to a high standard. You will need to learn more about what it means to be a fuchsia sign when you see the final states of your test. Now we need to determine your lunar sway. This test tells you whether you're a prophet or a Durst streamer. Either one says something about you and your perspective on life. Let's see. So this might be a lot of esoterica for all of you. I'm sure that it might be hard for people to follow. And yeah, some of that's pretty accurate for you. What do you mean, Archivist? Right. Some people on the internet, okay, right. So let's find out our lunar sway. I feel like this is less accessible than anime, but I want to go through this. I want to see this. You'll all just learn through me. You'll all learn about me through these random esoterica as well. These pieces of information that come together to form a whole. Some people on the internet are negatively discussing something you hold dear. You could just let it slide, or you could get in there and defend it with your life. How do you respond? Leave it alone. I'll rejoin when the topic is past. I'll stay out of it for the most part, except possibly to correct some factual errors. I'll chime in with my opinion, stating that I like the thing, but I won't really argue about it, to each their own. I jump in and defend the thing, stating why I like it and why their criticism is wrong, but I won't take it too far. I will die on a hill for the things I like. Yeah. So to be a prospect is to be lighthearted, optimistic, see things for what they could be. To be Durst is to see things for the brutal reality that they are, generally. I think I'd stay out of it for the most part. I do like chiming in if the conversation's not mine, but I have things to say. You're all set to cook dinner when you realize that a couple of key ingredients for the recipe from the recipe you're using are missing. What do? Toss out the recipe, find a different recipe. It honestly depends on what I'm cooking. If it's something I've made before, follow the recipe and use substitutions. Go to the store and find what's missing. I've winged it before, but I do like having a recipe on hand. It honestly depends on what I'm cooking. How do you feel meeting online friends How do you feel meeting online friends in person for the first time? Only excited. We already know each other. We already know and like each other. Nothing to worry about. I get so excited whenever I get to see people. You're having a hard time grasping a topping class that everyone else seems to be fine with. You raise your hand immediately and straighten things out. Lean over and ask a friend. Email the professor. Do research on your own. I immediately ask the teacher. I come in for the friends line. You do so. You do so, don't you, Null? Hello and welcome. Welcome to the stream, Null. How are you doing? You start taking lessons to learn something that you've wanted to for a while. A language class, an art class, bartending lessons, etc. But decide a few weeks in that it's definitely not your thing. You decide to stick it out, though. Why? You never know, it might grow on you. I see you spent money, you might as well finish it. It's already on your schedule for the next couple of weeks, and you don't want to move stuff around. You're on a quitter. If you stop, it means you didn't like this thing as much as you thought you did, which means you don't know yourself the way you do, which is unacceptable. Some of these are just straight for the heart, aren't they? How's the music, by the way? Is it to any of your tastes, or would you rather me go back to the regular jazz? Because this is the kind of music that plays around in the college, or if we have an individual working on music, this is kind of the genre that they'd be playing. So I decide to stick it out in this scenario. I must. So... It's already on the schedule and I don't want to move things around. That makes me passive, doesn't it? When you're on holiday, do you prefer to leave your itinerary mostly open for chance, or do you plan ahead of time? I plan a few key things, but play it by ear mostly. I don't even need to read the rest. I already knew what I was going to say. A friend of yours and someone you don't know are caught up in a heated argument. They've asked you to help facilitate, and you want to support your friend, but after hearing both sides, you actually agree with the stranger. How do you choose to support? Oh, there's a correct answer to this. People will tell me that there are no correct answers to like how you interact and act and do things, but there definitely are, aren't there? Like there are appropriate answers or things that you're supposed to do. And I'm kind of learning them. I look for a neutral angle. No, You're meant to support your friends. So here's the thing, you need to know that you have a friend who can hear the stuff, right? Who can hear the lack of support. And you need to know that within that conversation, is this an argument or a conversation? A heated argument. Okay, how do I get out of here? How do I leave? Arguments are never good. I don't say anything. I support my friend, actually. You must support your friend in an argument. You need to know if your friend can take it. If they can take that aspect of the conversation. And if they can't, well, it's best to sort of adjust and try to support them in the moment and then maybe come back later for that. Because when emotions are high, and people can be very vulnerable when they engage in these things. You have a very important message to write over email or some other text communication. Oh, like letters. It's a sensitive matter, very difficult to compose, possibly of an emotional or confrontational manner. When you're done writing, you're about to hit the send button. What's next? I give it another read. One more read and then maybe change a couple of things. Actually, no, I'm a little more foolhardy. I just click, hoping that I've gotten everything right. Okay, how many of you are familiar with roleplay? Specifically, text-based roleplay versus tabletop or spoken roleplay. I think I like text roleplay a lot, but I think somewhere where it fails is the idea that you can make it perfect, or you can really manicure the idea. And I'm all about being very well presented, being seen very well. But I find that the live aspect of speech really helps you break out of practiced kinds of mannerisms, and it can help for spontaneity. And in spontaneity, there's life, So that's that. Your lunar sway is Prospect. Prospect dreamers are intuitive, flexible, and accepting. They tend to live in the moment and tend to adapt to situations as needed. They prefer to solve problems with creativity rather than cold logic. You'll learn more about what it means to be a Prospect dreamer when you see the final test results. Okay, now for an aspect. Let's see what aspect I am. It's a lot to take in, I know. Aspect. Now you'll determine your aspect. The results will tell you whether your aspect is breath, blood, life, doom, light, void, time, space, heart, mind, rage, or hope. Think of your life as a story. You are the main protagonist. Do you tend to view yourself as a lone hero who along the way meets other supporting characters? Or do you have a tangential relation to your... Do you view yourself as a lone hero who along the way meets other supporting characters who only has a tangential relation to their personal story? Or do you see yourself as one hero in an ever-shifting ensemble of important protagonists? You're a Virgo, Durst, blood, or mind, depending on who you ask. Fair enough. Can I tell you something I believe? Something I think is primary to how I view the world. By virtue of existing, of living your life, you must be the main character of your own life. Because that is the only way to ensure that your story has meaning. I feel that trying to gather what your story means from other people will always lead to disappointment. Because people ultimately want different things for you than what you want. And as hard as it is to do, I can't even do it myself. The best way to ensure that your story is a good one is to be the one who is an active participant in it, and the one who directs it, and the one who makes things happen. So I'll say often the lone hero, even though, yeah, I'll say that. When you want to help people accomplish something and they don't know what they're doing, are you inclined to show them how to do it, or are you inclined to make them feel motivated and inspired to do it? I lean towards showing them. I'll go either way. I like showing people things. I like helping them through step by step, generally. If I can. That's my kind of teaching style, so I'm not sure whether it's a productive one or not. When you're learning about a new subject or reading a fascinating story, Do you have a strong desire to know everything about it, have all your questions answered, or are you compelled or inspired by your feelings of mystery and starting of not knowing everything? I'm very curious, I'm very drawn to knowing. When you hear someone explaining something to someone else in a way that's questionable or in a way that makes you suspect that they don't understand the subject that they're teaching, are you more inclined to teach them everything that you know to set the record straight, or cast doubt on misinformation without offering much in the way of correction? I'll provide a correction or two, but I won't get carried away. Choose one ability. The ability to travel to any period in the history of Earth at will, past or future, or the ability to travel safely anywhere in the universe at will. So it's time or space, really. I'm leaning towards space travel personally. If you are looking on a project, are you obsessively focused on the end result of the project, or are you enjoying the process? Sorry, excuse me. My reading comprehension is going a little bit low today, or towards the end. If you're working on a project, something you're doing for yourself, not anyone else, are you trying to enjoy the process or the end result? So here's the thing, everyone. So the correct answer is to work for your own personal, for the process even. Because if you enjoy the process, then you'll have more fun. I'm going to click end result. Which option best describes what's most important to you? Understanding yourself and fully knowing what you are, or thinking rationally and making strong decisions. Which one of this is me? Understanding yourself and fully knowing who you are, or thinking rationally and making strong decisions? Which one of these is more important? Know thyself. Definitely. What idea is more interesting to you? The ability to understand your potential as a person, or the ability to fully understand all the consequences? The consequences is, this is hard. To understand all the consequences of your actions before taking them. That is terrifying. This is a terrifying question. What is more interesting to you? The ability to understand your potential as a person, or understand all the consequences of your actions before taking them? Both of these just sound like anxiety to me, if I'm being perfectly honest. Both are equally desirable, I'd say. I like both of them. Excuse me. Excuse me. I coughed a little bit. I have a second water bottle here to drink from. And we are back. What idea is more interesting to you? Oh, we already got that. Which better describes your attitude? Having strong conviction in certain beliefs or ideas that you're attracted to, or casting strong doubt on beliefs or ideas you dislike? Having great conviction in certain beliefs or casting strong doubt? I'm more attracted towards having conviction, I think. To know what you're doing is correct. But also, that can lead into dogma and other such that are unsavory items. When circumstances are intolerably bad, what are you inclined to do? Come up with the best alternatives? Or don't worry about a better alternative and burn it all down? And whatever follows, you just deal with as it comes. I'm inclined to have a solution first, but not absolutely. If you see someone suffering, or are you more inclined to do whatever you can to help them get better? Or is your instinct to relate to the suffering, to empathize without necessarily considering how you can help? My first impulse is to help. even though even though it might always be the most healthiest thing, because some people, when some people talk to you about their feelings or what's going on in their life, sometimes they just want you to hear them, and to recognize those as things that are existing, legitimate, and valid. When someone suffers terrible misfortune, when someone is so I know it's a politer thing to just empathize for a bit, but I'm a very active person. I try to solve things myself. So when someone suffers, I think after this we'll do one or two more quizzes, shorter quizzes, and I think we'll end. I think I'm losing the energy. When someone suffers a misfortune so terrible that you know there is nothing anyone can do for them, are you most inclined to feel horrible that nothing can be done, or resigned to the sense that this is the way of the world and that some things can't be helped? Interesting. Resigned. How to define resigned? Having accepted something unpleasant that no one can do anything about. I think resignation is just about how I'd feel. My aspect is breath. Interesting. Like the breeze itself, the breath bound sweep players along with them, leading by example, adaptable and heroic. They're nevertheless down to earth and often surprised by the esteem of others hold for them. Alright, let's see my true sign. Peace. Peace. The sign of the free. Yeah, I got light last time I've done this. I'll save this for something else. And what do we do next, everyone? I think more anime quizzes, because I feel like more people can relate to those in the chat right now. It's funny. I think I overplanned. I think I overplotted. I was the heir of blood, if I remember right. I had the Myers-Briggs or Enneagram. I had script writing. I had Ask Me Anything. You could still ask me anything. I'd be down for that. But let's take up a couple of quizzes then. See if there are any anime quizzes. And BTS quizzes. Let's search anime. No, you're fine. I was happy to go into it. I found it enjoyable, Archivist. I'm not sure if any of these will interest me though. Like, I was so shook, as if that's the way to use that vernacular. I was so shook when I did the main character quiz. I actually don't know many of these, if I'm being perfectly honest. Only save one. Oh, this actually might be interesting. 1 second. Oh god, Sal's becoming a weeb. I'm getting mixed, what's the word? I'm getting mixed impressions from all of you. What do you want? Which anime would you save? Black Butter, Gintama, Bungo Stray Dogs, or Dr. Stone? I haven't read or watched Bungo Stray Dogs, but as far as I know, it's like Dead Poet Society for anime, and I'd be something I'd definitely interested in. Is that it? Oh, here it is. Oh, they're one per. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, or Fairy Tail Naruto. A lot of these I just won't know. I haven't watched any of these but My Hero. Anoha, Charlotte, Violet, Evergarden, Your Lie in April. Breath is interesting for you because it deals in freedom and the like, things that I'd love to see you embrace. But I find your relationship with fate and knowledge more present. I think so too. I think in terms of being illuminated, it might be better for that respect. You can't become a weeb cell. It leads to degenerate hobbies like watching anime and VTubing. Oh no! Violet Evergarden, I think, and only for its aesthetic. Of these, though I know your Lie in April is also very good. Attack on Titan. Oh, okay, sorry. No! Wait, what? How is Code Geass so low? Dr. Stone is a really neat anime. I have to watch it then. Oh god, not VTubing. I think it's your whole story relationship with stories, I think. Do elaborate, Archivist. I'm quite interested. Which anime do you save? How did people not pick Code Geass? I'm heartbroken. What happened to the anime community? Less than 7 Deadly Sins? I've never heard of that anime. Promised Neverland, Given, Jujutsu Kaisen, Danganronpa. I only know Danganronpa. That's okay. Tokyo Ghoul, One Piece, Case Closed, or Horimiya. Tokyo Ghoul. I'm glad I got that. Free. World Trigger, Dororo, Nonon Biori, Wonder Egg Priority. I've seen a little bit of Wonder Egg Priority, which is quite cute. Oh, what is Dororo? Sleep well, Vax. Enjoy yourself. It's a Japanese manga. Oh. Huh. I need to look into it. No. Which anime would you save? Underrated round. I've not heard of any of these. Let's just go with Sunday Without God. Which anime would you save? Clanad, Angels of Death, I have not heard of any of these either. Movies round. Your Name. I haven't watched any of these. See, this is why I'm not a weeb, because I wish I was more in tune with this, but I'm not. Which anime will I save? Or on High School Host Club. Yes, that better be 50 for the rest of this, forever and ever. Which anime will you save? I don't know any of these. There's no final thing there, is there? It's just 1-to-1. Excuse me. Bakano was fun. I should have watched Blend S though. Prison School. I feel like... The whole canon curator thing is about understanding stories and how they're supposed to end, yes? And guiding those stories when they go off the rails. That's intertwined with fate in my mind. Fate, luck, knowledge. Those are very central to you. What is a succinct way... Wow, I wish I wasn't coughing right now. What is a succinct way to describe it all? No, that's absolutely correct. That is the role of a canon curator, and that's what I'm studying to be once I leave college. So, as it turns out, I guess fate would be more important. But maybe there is a breath player hiding under all of that. I'll go with Fruits Basket. That sounds like nice. Is there anything else? Kokoro Connect, maybe? Is that it? Oh, okay, that was it. I forgot how shallow these quizzes are. We really zoomed through that one real quick, didn't we? What else? Not gonna lie, not going to lie. Seeing you not have watched so many of these makes me feel better about how little anime I've watched in the grand scheme of things. I hope that doesn't turn anyone off. I could definitely learn. I could definitely watch more anime, but I could definitely watch a lot more Earth media, if that makes sense. But I'm glad I empower you in that small respect, Archivist. Black Butler. I haven't watched it, and it might be interesting to watch. How many of these Pokemon can you actually identify? Which anime character are you according to your sign? Let's do a Pokemon real quick. Wait. Can you name 22 of the original 51 Pokemon? Every 90s kid knows that there are 151 Generation 1 Pokemon, but can you name just one for every letter of the alphabet? Wait a second, wait. How many letters? 26. What? 22? Okay. Oh, it's one for every letter aside. Okay. Except for Q, U, X, and Y, because none of the original 151 Pokemon start with those letters. I see. Oh, I just have to think of one. This is not good. I have no idea. I was so confused for a second. Tell us about Black Butler, Nyx. Educate us. I cannot do this quiz if I'm being perfectly honest. All I can think of is Dragonite. What? Maybe. Okay, so it does have multiple answers. I couldn't do this. I honestly couldn't. Child loses family and sells his soul for revenge. Butterfree. I should have done this with all of you closer. I think at 2 hours in, that's where I'm going to start calling it. I think we've reached a good space. I'm going to be throwing you all over to someone who I haven't rated in quite a bit, by the name of Lamona Pink. Should I actually? But yeah, I'm gonna send you all over to them. They're playing Final Fantasy 14. Would you like to make it even worse? How so? How would I like to make something worse? Thanks for the stream still. Thank you for coming in, Pot. I think I'll raid Lamona. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, yes. So, for those of you who are familiar with the game, I hope you enjoy yourselves. You're wondering, never mind. Yeah, I'm a bit tired right now. Thank you for the head pats, Fluff. Thank you everyone for coming in. This was my first just chatting, so I didn't know how it was going to work, but did you all enjoy this? Is this something that you want me to do more often? I don't know, I was a bit nervous about not having anything, but we ended up being flush with topics, so I was really happy about that. Well, thinking on that. Yeah, please, like... I don't even know how to ask this. I just saying thank you. And I'll pass everyone along. Thank you so much for coming in, and be well. I hope to do another one of these someday. someday soon when I'm not coffee and sick. We need more food quizzes. Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind then. Food quizzes were very popular. All right. I'll see you all